Hi, my name is Shubha. I'm part of the Vision Board team for career, and this project is for the Coursera project Leading Strategic Innovation course that we did. So here is our goal and the purpose of the course. The goal was that we need to create a vision board for career choice. Oftentimes, people feel stuck at their careers and they don't know where they should be going. So creating a vision board can help them envision what their career should be. It should not be just a tool to find a new job. It should be a game changer. It should change the way their perspective of their life and they can make something better out of their life. Of course, to create a vision board, we needed a client for this project, and for us, we found a client whose name is Kenton Yeager, and thank you, Kenton. So who we are as a vision board gang, we were a gang of four, started with Linda Fitzpatrick, and then Sharon, Tom, and my name Shubha. We joined in the group. Ours was a virtual team because the three of them were from New York and I am from Cleveland. So we could not meet face to face. However, we met regularly via Google Hangout and Skype because we were on the same time zone. That was a very helpful thing. All the four members had very diverse background and life experiences. That was certainly very useful in creating a complex project like this to success. So here is our project journey. Of course, the phase one, we think about it in two different phases. The phase one was forming the team, then generate 101 ideas by each team member, and then we got together selecting the top 4 ideas and understand what the constraints are to implement those ideas. And then again from that we selected the top 1 idea and then figured out what are the basic constraints behind that idea. Now here comes the more difficult part, the phase 2, where we needed to understand the constraints to develop the prototype of the project and then create a personality test, and I'll go more over it in the next few slides. We needed to run a beta testing with the client and analyze the result and finally create a vision board. Our top idea was to create a vision board, we needed to understand first what the client aspires to be. Now, to know what the client aspires to be, we needed to know what is his or her personality. So in order to, of course, we could have gone with a traditional Myers-Briggs test or StrengthsFinder test, but oftentimes they're a bit complicated because there's just only questions, just words, and no pictures that people can relate to. So the team came up with this new idea where we can have a visual Myers-Briggs test, where we will have images of the questions that we pose. Let's say for Myers-Briggs, if you have feeling versus thinking, we should have 2 pictures that should make the person taking the course think which one they are more likely to be. That will be a more visual process to say that it actually helps for people who cannot express their thoughts in seeing the pictures and saying, that is more like me. So that was the whole idea. So we needed to create the visual Myers-Briggs test because we do not know of any test that exists like that. So the key constraint we faced, of course, were initially our strategy was not very clear. I thought we thought we were not very clear on what we are trying to achieve, so we struggled a little bit on that. Then the major big constraint after that was time. We were very, very busy in our personal lives, had our plates full, and this project needed some amount of time and a lot of thought behind how we can make it to work. So that was another key constraint. And last but not the least, technology was a big constraint, and we did not have this constraint until the very end of this project, where we needed to create the visual Myers-Briggs test and run the beta testing. We found that not many free surveys are available that will allow you to add pictures, and even if you can allow the pictures, you still cannot arrange them the way you want to do. So it was a bit hard at that time. However, in the end, we overcame all the constraints. So here is a snapshot of our test. So we had 16 questions and 4 from each category. If you know the Myers-Briggs, there are 4 different categories. So this is one first category, extraversion versus introversion. Now the question reads, how do you like to relax? There are 4 options to these questions. A, always with friends, sometimes B, sometimes with friends, C, mostly with friends, and D, always by myself. And the person taking the course will have to choose one of the 4 options. The next one is intuition versus sensing. Depending on the choice, we can tell you which one you're more likely to be. Here you can see the two pictures. One is a fortune cookie breaking open, and the other one is somebody putting a sunscreen lotion. It says, which one is more like you? A is, what's in fortune stuff? I will take sitting in the beach any day. The choice B is, fortune cookie is okay, but sunbathing sounds cool. C is, fortune cookie can be really cool, sunbathing is harmful for skin. And D is, I love breaking open a fortune cookie, can't wait to see what's inside. So if you are very intuitive, chances are you would like the option D, which reads, I love breaking open a fortune cookie and can't wait to see what's inside. So that's how we chose. The next 2 slides have two more samples. One is feeling versus thinking. You can see a picture of a baby that is more like feeling, and a person looking through the ledger book that's more of thinking. So if you are tilted towards one or other, we can give a weighted percentage average to the choices that were chosen. And last but not the least is a snapshot of the perception versus judging criteria. Depending on which picture you choose, you can be either judging or perception type. So now these are like just the 4 examples of each of these questions. There are 4 such questions for each of these criteria, and then that means that there are total 16 questions. And depending on what you chose, a weighted percentage was assigned to each of those qualities. Let's say for extraversion versus introversion, if your choice is completely towards extraversion, that you get 100% score on extraversion. If your choice is completely towards introversion, you get 100% on that. If you are in the middle, depending on the question, you can get either a 75% or 25% or one way or the other. And looking at all the 16 questions, all the 16 different properties or criteria were graded, and you see an overall percentage. And so that means that if you get an N or I or something like that, you are not 100% all the time. So here's an example. Our client took this test, and then we found him to be an INFP with a very strong N, somewhat more F than T, and somewhat more P than J. But he had some amount of J, he had some amount of T or thinking apart from along with the feeling. But for intuition, he was 100% intuition in all the 4 questions. So the results were very exciting. Then we summarized all the results and found out the qualities that should be searched from Google. And he agreed that the results were in line with the reality of who he was as a person. Of course, everything has room for improvement. This was our first beta testing, and we do not have any experience creating the test, so it was kind of exciting that we came up with this test. So we do recognize that there are ways that it can be improved. One example could be we can add more pictures, do some more research on like what are the different questions, and pictures associated with these questions can be added to make the test more realistic. and the client should be able to see the results of the analysis in a graphical way, much like the regular test is, which we could not do. And explanation of the test result to the client should come out automatically once you take the test. Again, that's something we did as a team to analyze the result. Here is the sample vision board for Kenton. Kenton has come up with this new way to do to teach theater lighting. So this is what Kenton would aspire to be in future. We have a picture of Kenton, and then below there is a Crunchy Award, and it says 2015 Crunchy in Innovation in Theater Education goes to Kenton Yeager. On the right of Kenton's picture, there is a picture of a miniature theater. What it does, it can help you learn all about the theater basics of lights and sounds and all the technical details in a miniature form where you can touch and do stuff. So that's a reinforcement of what it should be. And then below it says New Horizon in Theater Education, and then a picture of a theater where it says European Theater Academy embraces Yeager Lab's way of teaching theater lights, sounds, and other key factors. Kenton likes to do meditation, so there is a symbol of Om, and here you go. I think this is what vision for Kenton Yeager is like, and we are going to share this with Kenton. But this concludes our project at this point. And thank you very much. It has been a great experience learning about this course and looking at innovation from a different perspective and learning about how we can do things differently in simple things and find innovation in our regular day-to-day activities. Thank you, Professor Owen. It was a wonderful experience.